This is Duke University.
Global trade and environmental justice.
Human rights issues are still.
The term Ubuntu.
The Alien and Sedition Act.
Is making inferential discovery.
The importance of an archive.
The John Hope Franklin Center.
So this was our second teacher study tour, Connecting Stories. The reason why we started these tours in the first place was because the teachers had a large influx of Latino students, and they're defining this sort of as a problem, you know, within their classrooms and within their schools. And that in itself is extremely problematic when they see one of their students as a problem. And so, you know, initially the idea was to try to expose the teachers to the possibilities and the potentials of their students and from where their students came from, the rich culture, their heritage, and just make a connection to that culture so that they would have a more likelihood of you know, integrating this within their classes and with their curriculum. And so, you know, the initial idea was just to have them travel to this region of the world. And but before they traveled, we also wanted to help them build, you know, better understandings within their own communities. And a lot of the students in Durham that are from Mexico are actually from the state of Guanajuato. And a lot of the rural towns, actually, when you go to them, you don't see many men or even teenage guys. A lot of them have left. There's a lot of women and a lot of children. The actual city itself is one of the most beautiful cities, in my opinion, in Mexico. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and for that, I mean, it's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. But there's an incredible history in this city as well. It's an area where the revolution began. You know, 75% of the world's silver was produced in this city, or was mined from this city. A lot of art that sort of developed at the same time. There was a lot of schools, a lot of universities. One of the more prestigious universities is also in this city. So we saw a really unique and interesting opportunity here as well for the teachers to interview their families before they went to Guanajuato, document some of their stories, and again some of the challenges and some of the successes that they've had since they've been here. And then when they go to Guanajuato, try to sort of uncover some of the stories of why people are leaving.
¿Y cómo fue que se decidieron ir a los Estados Unidos? ¿Fue por razones económicas o que nada más estarían en interés de irse?
La primera razón porque mi mamá estaba diabética y la estaba ayudando con sus medicinas.
Su hermano.
Por eso fue una razón para que
they had the opportunity to meet with Veronica Cruz, who is an international human rights. She won an award. And the work that she's doing also is showing a tremendous possibility and promise. And I think as a group of women, you know, a lot of us connected well with her because a lot of the work that she's focusing on is for women and for children.
Nosotras tenemos diferentes programas que trabajamos. Tenemos un énfasis particular en trabajar en las áreas rurales con mujeres y niñas, porque a nosotras nos parece que en México todas las mujeres necesitamos conocer sobre nuestros derechos. Sin embargo, las mujeres de las comunidades rurales todavía lo necesitan más porque tienen poco acceso a la información y poco acceso a la educación. Entonces, el trabajo que hacemos en las comunidades rurales es educativo. Damos información, talleres, pláticas, intervenciones educativas con mujeres, niñas, niños en comunidades rurales sobre temas de derechos, que las mujeres conozcan sobre sus derechos humanos, cómo trabajar sobre la prevención de la violencia contra las mujeres, cómo trabajar en educación sexual y prevención de embarazos no deseados, cómo trabajar en el tema de salud sexual y reproductiva, y en algunos grupos incluso de cómo hacer una capacitación productiva para que las mujeres puedan ir construyendo una autonomía económica y puedan dejar poco a poco de depender de su agresor, que normalmente es su marido y normalmente es el que pone el dinero en la casa, ¿no? Entonces, si las mujeres van adquiriendo autonomía económica, eso puede ser un poco más fácil para que las mujeres salgan de la situación de violencia en la que se encuentran.
And so then when they go to Mexico, there are additional assignments. So every teacher had 5 different assignments. And part of the assignments was to also establish sister schools within Mexico, and a school that they can partner with throughout the year. And the trip to Mexico, the idea was to have them also talk to some of the teachers about possible ways that they can partner their students with the U.S. and with Mexico.
The kids could, like, you can comment on it. So, like, if my class posted, like, oh, we're curious, like, what this is like, this is what we researched, and the kids could come in and comment on it.
Experiment results,
like that. Yeah, and then the other teacher could do the same.
She's talking about a blog that the two teachers would have, common administrative.
Like, I feel like you could go back and forth. Whereas, like, I would post something that my class worked on together. We'd post it. Yeah.
Another one was the Literacy Through Photography project, where they would be creating curriculum that they can use in their classrooms here in the States. And the idea behind that is that, again, that's connected to their social studies standards, where students were given disposable cameras in Mexico to take pictures of what they perceived as their community, and what were some of their hopes and some of their dreams. And they in turn wrote a little bit about that, and then they took pictures of it. And now the teachers will have their pictures that the students took, and they have what the students wrote, and they can pursue that in different ways. They can either make booklets using this, or else they can have their students do the same exact thing that the students did in Mexico, and then from that they can make books together. And so to a large degree, I think what the last part of these trips are the follow-up workshops. And to a large degree, that's probably the most important component of the process, because now the teachers have to take ownership and make public what they have learned.
Produced by Duke University. Online at duke.edu.